Now then guys, welcome back to FutureVapers. Today we're having a look at the new Triton 2 from Aspire. The Triton 1, when Aspire brought out the Triton 1, I loved it. Because really up until that point everybody had been bringing out sub-ohm tank, and really nothing new for people like me who vape mouth to lung generally. You know, I'll blow a few clouds on an evening, but during the day I vape mouth to lung. I enjoy the cigarette style vaping, the throat hit, and for a long time we were getting sub-ohm tank after sub-ohm tank until Aspire brought out the Triton, which was the first upgrade since the Nautilus, and it was very, very good. And really with the Triton 2, what they've done is they've listened to, or they've watched, obviously, the YouTube reviews, listened to what the reviewers say, and made all the modifications that people recommended, and here we have the Triton 2. Which is still great mouth to lung tank. For me, the Triton 2 has been my go-to tank, stock coil tank, since it came out. You know, if I don't have an RTA built to take with me, I'll pick up the Triton stock coil 1.8 ohm mouth to lung vaping. It's the best mouth to lung vaping tank I think there is, and now they've gone and improved it. They've removed the gimmicky airflow control from the top. They've made it smaller, and they've made it a glass tank that you can fully take to bits, so you can get in there to clean it. All the gripes that people had with the Triton 1 have gone and fixed with the 2, and it vapes just as good. It vapes the same, really, you know, but they've just made it smaller, easy to clean, taking out that gimmicky top, and I like how you now have more room to get in and fill it. But we'll dive down to the table. You can have a look. I'll show you up close and personal all the new changes. We'll come back up and I'll wax lyrical a bit more about it. And here we have the Triton 2. It comes in Aspire's normal plastic clamshell. Triton 2. Information there. And the tank. Underneath here you have a spare glass and a spare 1.8 ohm coil, which you can tell by the blue O-rings. Every other company uses blue to signify nickel. I don't know why Aspire chose to use blue for kanthal mouth to lung tank, but hey ho. And a warranty card and a warning card. And the tank herself. The bottom section is exactly the same as the previous Triton, exactly the same airflow with the long Cyclops design, 2 of them either side, which are infinitely adjustable, quite firm, so it's not going to adjust itself or readjust itself once you have it set. The coil, The coil that comes in the tank is the new Clapton coil, which has these browny, yellow, beige O-rings. Got a lot of airflow for large airflow holes, and juice holes it has 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you can see there, if I can get it to focusing. There. 0.5 ohms, 40 to 45 watts is the recommended wattage. Aspire Clapton. And I don't know if you can see in there, you can see it has non-resistance wire, then the Clapton, and then non-resistance wire again. You can just see down there, there is 2 coils of Clapton, and then non-resistance above and below. Plenty of cotton and the mesh, and we have the tank. The coil sits inside there again, so like the Triton 2, which has it, if you put it onto juice mode or fill mode, it closes off the coil so you can take the coil out while there's juice in the tank, and it won't leak out if you have these closed. They've changed it from 4 holes to now just having 2 larger juice ports. They're wide, longer, wide. Then the other had 4 to either side and 2 further up here. They've changed the top as well. They've taken out the top airflow that was no use really. Still has the heat fins, and that is your 510 drip tip. So if you were to put another drip tip in, for example, that's where you would put it in. And to fill it up, you, same as the Triton 1, you change it from your Vapor symbol to the drip symbol, but this time you actually have to unscrew this top piece. It unscrews and has much wider juice ports there. You could probably just fill it with 1 of those. It's probably about the size of the TFV4 single juice port, but there's 2 there. Dimmy. And to enable better cleaning of the tank, you can unscrew this bottom section and take that glass off and replace it and clean it. See that piece there. So yeah, it's about all the cons that people mentioned with the Triton 1 they've tried to address. They obviously not been able to clean it. Now you can. The top airflow adjustment, that I don't know anybody who uses them, and they've made it smaller. The original Triton there is quite a bit smaller, but still holds exactly the same amount of juice. So yeah, quite an improvement, I'd say. As you can see there, we have the 4 juice holes, but smaller juice holes, and this has the 2 larger ones, which I've had no problems with dry hits or anything like that. The juice has got through fine, and yeah, so for me the best mouth to lung tank available, and they've just improved it, the Triton 2. So there you had it. As you can see, all the gripes that people had, they obviously watched the YouTube reviews, listened to what people said, and made all the changes. The Clapton Coil, I think, is a bit gimmicky, really, because it only actually has 2 coils of Clapton wire in there, and for me it doesn't give any better flavour than the 0.3 or 0.4 ohm hollow stainless steel coils that you can get for it. They're really flavoursome coils, and I can't really notice a massive difference with the new Clapton one. I think they just brought out Clapton and just people think, oh, it's a Clapton coil, and they'll obviously sell a lot of them, but trying them side by side, I don't know. It gives good flavour, don't get me wrong, but so do the hollow stainless steel 0.3 and 0.4 ohm coils. But for me, it's the 1.8 ohm mouth to lung coil that I think really makes this tank. It's the best mouth to lung tank, bar none. Stock with stock coils. Obviously, there's some good RTAs out there that you can build perfect coil in, and vape mouth to lung, great. You know, the Bellis is great, the Goblin Mini is great, but stock coil for people who don't want to build, this is the one I recommend they get for mouth to lung vapors who don't want to rebuild. Get the Triton 2. You know, great vapor. You know, it only holds 3.5 millilitres, but mouth to lung vaping, that's going to last you a good day at least. You know, if you're vaping more than 3.5 mil mouth to lung, then you probably need to up your nicotine a bit, or your chain vaping. But yeah, for me, they've made the changes that I'd wanted to see made, improved it by making it easier to clean and smaller in form factor, and it vapes just as well as it always vapes. For me, another winner from Aspire, and I definitely recommend it to any new vapor who are just getting into vaping and obviously wanted that cigarette style mouth to lung. Get yourself a little D2 or an Evic Mini and a Triton 2 tank, and if that don't get you off smoking, then I don't know, but yeah, I'm digging it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you wouldn't mind subscribing while you're here, I'd appreciate it. I've got some great reviews coming up in the next week or so. I've got the Evic Mini that I'll be reviewing in a couple of days. I've got the Wismec Reload DNA 200 mod that I'll be reviewing shortly, and the Bellis and Goblin Mini RTAs and the Aromomizer. So if you want to catch my spin on them or just have a look up close and personal, click the subscribe button and you'll get a little notification when they're uploaded. And in the meantime, thanks for watching and keep on vaping. Thanks for your time, guys.